What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? Before we get started, I just want to say,
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
yes, it is. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda. Now, I have a special guest. I really don't have an opening monologue, so I'm just going to bring him in here. Well, give a warm welcome to the one, the only Iceman. What is up, my brother?
What's
It is finally great to have
Shay,
you in the blender, brother.
bro?
It's
Thank
an
you for
honor and
having me.
privilege
Thank you,
to have
man.
you, bro.
Just same, bro. Just here, man. Chill with you, man. Thank you so much. Once again, Larry, Shake Money, bro, for having me on your platform, bro. It's been chilling, man. I like the intro though. I like that. I like the la, 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 la. Like I love comedy, so
Yeah,
yeah,
for
man.
sure. No, man, you've had me on your platform many times. What's your platform for the people out there? What's your
Um,
channel? You have two
so
channels.
one that I'm more passionate about is the Iceman gaming channel. So that one is more going to be more consistent. So hopefully you guys come through. It's just capital as you see down right here, Iceman, the gaming channel. And then we also got Deep Zone. That's just like hype videos and small little videos. So just yeah, man. So check that as well. But Iceman gaming channel is where you could find me at though. But yeah,
Mm.
man.
You have you obviously you're from the islands, Jamaica, right?
Montego, yeah, man.
And one of the things that I remember was there. I don't know if you're probably too young. There was a linebacker. His name was Marlon Greenwood, number 52, and he was Jamaican. He was not only was he a good middle linebacker for the Dolphins, but he was also a reggae star. He did reggae music.
He did. All
Yeah,
right.
look
So
him up, Marlon Greenwood.
all right, I will. I will. I like you know me. I like UB40 to listen to them as well. They're pretty good. But I'll check them out. I mean,
Yeah, I
yeah,
seen you
man.
listen to a lot of Bob Marley, which is
Yeah, man.
I don't care what generation you grew up in. You know who Bob Marley is. You know what I mean?
Everyone knows Bob. I mean, everyone knows Usain Bolt. I mean, some people there is a softer power too. Some people don't give him that much love, but there's Usain Bolt as well. So you got some guys out there, but
Shabba Ranks was another good reggae
Shaba,
star.
Shaba was, yeah, that's the legend right there, Shaba.
Hmm.
But yeah, man.
So, all right, let's after we what made you a Dolphin fan?
Um, my mom actually growing up as a kid. My first game was a Jet game actually. It was a rainy game, and I only cared about the food actually at that time, like for real. So we got the Papa John's pizza. I remember it. I was eating it. I was chilling. I was like, I didn't really care about the football part aspect at that time when I was the kid. And I heard some Dolphin fans say Jets suck, 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 and I was like, Mom, can I say that? And she was like, Don't, because at that time, but I did. I was like, this is where I want to be. I liked it. I liked the atmosphere of the fans. After that, I started to understand the game through the fans' eyes. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my mom growing up as a kid. She's a season ticket holder, still is to this day. I mean, me as well, thanks to her. Shout out to Otto, my friend as well. He too used to be one. But for me, I still keep it going. But yeah, man, I love the Dolphins, as you know. So from there on out, I just got as older and just enjoyed it. So yeah, man.
Well, what was your favorite game that you've been to, as far as experience? Like,
Oh, the
well,
my
I'm not saying your best win, but like fan
it's
experience. What game was your favorite fan experience?
fan experience was the Greg Camarillo one. That was when I really understood the football game as I got a little older,
Was that the
and
one where we almost went
we won the
winless?
game. Yeah, we won that game. Yeah, we almost went winless. Going with Detroit Lions, we didn't want to be there with them in that. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw Greg Camaro down the field against the Ravens touchdown, it really did feel like a Super Bowl. I didn't understand everyone when I was growing up. Everyone wants the Super Bowl. They want the Super Bowl, and I was like, when I felt that, like you felt it in the stands, like the vibration of that stadium. It could have. I'm not saying it was going to collapse, but it felt like that's where at that time that vibration. So I was like, whoa, this is a crazy game. It's been like, and then the last game was the Miami Miracle one, the New England one that we had. I was there
Hmm.
too. But comparing which one, I mean, the Miami Miracle was top, but for me, I'll say Greg Camarillo though.
So you
That
stayed
one
there for the whole Miami. You saw the Miami Miracle. A lot of people
that was
left.
insane. No, I stay. We stay. Me, and the ones that we go tailgating with, we stay, bro. No matter what, that's what we do. Even when the days that we used to suck badly, and we used to have Chad Henne and all those guys, we would still watch it at the end of the game because why
Hmm.
not? But that's how we are. Shout out to my auntie Sandy as well. So yeah, man.
So you obviously were there before the canopy was put in place, correct?
Yeah, and back then there was no such thing as tailgating. Tailgating, like I mean, like we had to take the buses, but then ever since tailgating started, it's the best. Like that to me, I love tailgating now. That's like, you know, the ultimate. I go there. I love food. That's what I'm trying to say. I enjoy food a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So
That's well, you know me. I like wine, and that's one of the
I
reasons
know.
that got me into wine was food pairing.
That is true. Yeah, we used to. You had like a Twitter space. I remember a
Yeah,
while
yeah.
back about it. Yeah, man.
Pretty soon, I'm gonna be creating my own YouTube platform for the wine channels.
That's true. I remember you telling me that. Yeah,
As a
man.
matter of fact, we when we just finished doing the draft party at on Batman's channel. By the way, shout
Yeah,
out
I
to
was
Batman.
watching. I was
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And we were at a wine bar, and then we finally I spoke to the owner of the establishment, and once me and her started talking wine,
I like the
we lost
jazz.
viewership.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the jazz in the beginning of the show. It was like calming, and then when you guys got to see Salvin Ahmad, that was the cool part. I was like,
Simon Ahmed,
okay,
yeah,
Salvin Ahmad, yeah, man. That was it, man. I was like, okay, I like this. This is, I think he's a good player. When we were listening to you guys talk, yeah, I really think he's a really fast, speedy player. You guys were right on that, so I'm just gonna, give you
yeah,
that,
yeah.
man.
I'm hoping that he stays around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
One thing
man.
I like about him is he is what you would call the underdog story. You know what I mean? He's undrafted free agent. We poached him from San Francisco, and he's back to the guy who probably wanted him to be signed anyway. Mike McDaniel's probably worked with him a little bit in San Francisco, and after they cut him, we
Right.
we picked him up. So
I mean, those guys. That's another thing, though. To Coach Mike McDaniel, man, that's what I like. I know it was his first year. A lot of us want to give him some guff on some things he did wrong. I
mhm.
get that, but I really think this year is going to be a nice one for him.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I like that. I like what we're about to do. I really do.
for sure. And what did you think of the draft overall? What was your favorite pick?
I'm gonna go with. I know a lot want to say Devon H. I'm gonna go with Cam Smith. Shockingly, I mean, Cam. At first, I was like, "Who is this guy? Like, who the hell did we pick up?" And then when I watched the highlights and I saw a little bit more information about him, this man can just. I mean, you see it. He's a good key depth player. Like we remember when Trill Williams went down. Maybe this guy Cam Smith can become that key guy that we will have behind Jalen Ramsey. Maybe I don't know what's up with Noah, but
Hmm.
that's a different story. But still, I like Cam Smith. He's a boom sticker. He seems to get after the play. I mean, he's fast as hell too. He's fast, so I like him.
I,
And special
I I
teams too.
I hope Noah does find himself this year. You know what I mean? I think what's amazing is that people want to say, well, Tua with a brand new offensive
Right.
coaching, he'll do better. Well, let's give Noah
Noah,
that same courtesy. You know what I mean?
I hear you. And
With
with the
Vic
Vic
Fangio,
Fangio, yep,
yeah.
yep, you said it best, bro. Vic Fangio, he's gonna get the best out of this kid, man. He was what, the first rounder for a reason. I know Chris Gurr, we say that he hasn't hit on all these players just yet, but maybe, just maybe, and maybe it takes time for certain players throughout the long haul.
Hmm.
You never know. You never know. Even with Austin Jackson, that's a big question mark for me. But still, I mean, uh, let's see what we got, man. They got
Yeah,
a lot of talent, untapped potential is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man, you're right.
especially
Go
with
ahead.
defense. Phillips, we have Javon Holland.
Yep,
That's been those guys have
nasty.
been. You know what I mean?
They're gonna take a crazy step, especially Phillips and Bradley Chubb as well. I think this is the we gave Chubb all that money for a reason. I think he's gonna be the unsolved and proven hero like
Yeah.
unsung one. And then I think Phillips is going to feed off of that, as we all know in the fan base. It's not even a given. We all know that Phillips is going to have a crazy one. The DBs is just another question mark. Is the health throughout the whole season, which I think is going to be really good. I mean, what do you think, though? I mean,
I'm excited. I'm excited for training camp. That's for sure. Training camp is just around the corner, man.
It's gonna be bloody hot too, bro. I'll tell you that.
Get your water, bro. And one
Yeah.
thing I like about the facilities, it's a little more shading than before, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. But I'll tell you, I mean, for those players, it must be hell. But they're used to it. They're used to it. They're getting, the big bucks for it. For us fans, when we go out there, yeah, you're right. Get your water, bro. I mean, it's no joke. That sun is no joke, especially when they make us, we have to wait just a little couple minutes after in the line to go into the camp. I mean, yeah, man, it's hot, man. But it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun out there. But yeah, man.
Who are you looking forward to most seeing this year?
I'm gonna go with Jalen Ramsey. For
Jalen
me,
Ramsey?
I'm a defensive. I love defense. I think watching him is gonna be really cool to watch. I think that's someone who's gonna be a lot. I think he's gonna bring obviously a lot of swag, but I think he's gonna choke. That's what I'm gonna look forward towards to hear. Like I'm saying, it's probably gonna be friendly, but he's gonna get what's best out of you. He wants the best out of you. Is what I like to see out of those types of players. Yeah, he might get in those types of wide receivers' faces, but bro, we have Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I mean, this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to watch. I mean,
Mine is going to be Tyreek. Obviously, it's going to be Jason Phillips. Phillips. What's his name? Jalen Phillips. Jalen, not Jason Phillips. Oh, Jason Taylor.
Jason said, "Hey, that's a good comparison. Hey, that's not. Hey, I'll take it all day. Give
I think he's going to hit more home this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So
yeah,
man.
So
getting back to the Dolphin games. So what's the difference? How would you say what was the difference between the canopy and in your opinion? What's the difference besides the heat?
I think it's an advantage, as we all know, with the sun for the other opposing team. But for me, bro, I enjoy it. I actually do. I think I don't miss the sun. I mean, back then, yeah, you get used to it after a while, but you sit there and you're like, okay, But with the canopy, I think Mr. Ross did a fantastic job. In my honest opinion, I like it. For all fans, it could just take off the heat. We don't have to worry about it. We got the shade. We can just cool off, even if it's a humid or especially the rain. If it's raining, we ain't have to worry about our women. They have their bags. Men, we have our hats. We have our stuff. Especially our beers. I know how they feel about that. So. But no, man, I think it was an advantage, especially in the games. We all know, especially
for sure, man. And what made you start the deep zone?
Actually, bro, Batman. Shout out to the homie Batman. Back then, I was in the summertime. I was just chilling on panels, and then Batman gave me a platform to speak on, and from there, I enjoyed it. And I went to Deep Zone, which was just a Dolphins content as a hobbyist. I said, might as well, talk about the team I love for a bit. But I've gone into a different direction now with that, though, which is something I really enjoy. Which is when I was growing up as a kid, I'll go out on YouTube as well, especially before football games, and watch highlights, pump up videos like Joe Hayden. All those guys that are Nandi Asamoah. I love DBs mostly growing up. So I'd watch pump up highlights and stuff. And now doing that for Dolphins related, which is the team that I enjoy watching, that is just a bonus for me. That's actually puts me a smile on my face to say, all right, if I could do this, I could do anything. Like if it makes you happy, what I'm trying to say is if you enjoy something that makes you happy, just do it. And that's what I do. And I try to make small little videos as well. But for me, it's the gaming channel. The gaming channel, I really gonna take it into a different direction, which is something I wanted. So yeah, man.
I see you play Mafia, Call of Duty.
Yeah, man.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, man. Call of Duty is the one that I enjoy the most. Until they give us the new Grand Theft Auto, though.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, man. That's the one. I'll just be, You won't see me for a whole month. That's all
Yeah.
I'll be doing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because you see me. I'm Tuesday through Tuesday. I would say Tuesday, Wednesday through maybe sometimes Tuesday, but Wednesday through Saturday. I'm either on Larry K's channel or on the Finn's Tailgate,
Finn's Tailgate. Yeah,
pumping
man.
out content. But
I know.
once the season starts, you're gonna see less and less of me, especially when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
Oh, GT is coming, bro. They're just waiting for it in the summertime. I'm telling you, bro. Once they give us that trailer, yeah, I think that's all we're gonna be waiting for. But you're right, and you're killing it too, bro. You're doing it your thing over here. With shout out to Larry once again and Finn's Tailgate over there. I mean, y'all are killing it, bro. Keep doing it, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Just
I
do
always
what
see you in the
know.
comment section, and I want to say, man, it's much appreciated, bro.
I'm always, as long as I can hear, the Dolphins, I'm chilling, man. That's what I like hearing, man. And not only that, it's kind of crazy to know that all of us have something similar in common. We can just literally talk and chill and just act and just be like. What I'm trying to say is it's like being on a phone call is what I'm saying. It's like I could be on a phone call and just chill with someone that, getting more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. And what if you had to pick a year, like a favorite year for the Dolphins, since you've been going to the state games, which one would you say is your favorite year?
2008 so far.
Yeah, a lot of people pick that. And you know what's funny is I always say Chad Pennington could be like another Tua, but they have the same qualities. I
mean, that's not bad at all. I mean, we were really dominating the Patriots that year too. That's a bonus when you're really dominating them. That was putting a smile to all Dolphin fans' faces that year. So
yeah, I hope they get balanced. That's the key. Don't try to.
No, yeah.
Don't see the thing with Buffalo Bills is, I think one of their downfalls is they try to put everything on Josh Allen instead of making it a team game. It's Josh Allen's versus whatever defense you're playing, and you can't do it that way. You know what I mean? You can't just put it on one person all the time.
And that's what we're doing with Tua. I mean, not that aspect, but we're building a team around him, meaning the players that we have on offense is what you're trying to say is more suitable to.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to depend on like what Josh Allen does. He said, rolling out the pocket, extending it, depending on his arms and legs as well. I mean, the man runs majority of the time when he's out and he takes those huge hits. I sit there and I'm like, bro, you really want your quarterback taking it? When we sit there and we see Tua taking those types of hits, if God forbid he ever takes those hits again, I know how we all feel about that. That's a different subject, so I won't touch that. But still, you know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing: an elite team is going to always beat an elite quarterback. You know what I'm saying? An elite team is going to always beat an elite quarterback. And what I mean, back in the 90s, when we used to lose to the Buffalo Bills to Jim Kelly, you think Jim Kelly was as good as a quarterback as Dan Marino? You know what I mean?
I was
of course, Jim Kelly was a good quarterback, but he's no Dan Marino.
Oh, no doubt.
But what gave him the advantage was the team that he had around. Jim Kelly had that team, and we were trying to put everything around. We were trying to put everything on Dan Marino. So that's why I always say,
I heard the stories too. Is it true though? We didn't really give him a defense. That we tried, they supposedly, but they didn't really give him a defense.
Yeah, with the Brian Cox and all that.
Yeah, that didn't really. I mean, 85 was the year, right? That Dan went.
84.
So 84, excuse me. So the 49ers. I mean, so hell, man, he's one of the greatest in my opinion, still to this day, he's top 5 quarterbacks of all time. I mean, he changed the game for the passing. So when I watch NFL films, I didn't get to see Dan at that time, but at least when I got to see his films and the NFL films and all that, that's something I'm never going to see. I mean, that arm strength of him and it's the release. That's where everyone just sat there and always said, damn, the closest thing I guess you can say to him was, I don't know. I can't really put anyone close to that release. You know what I'm saying, Shake? It's kind of tough. That one's a tough one.
So you tell me that when we're on your panels when we used to have panels back in the
Yeah,
day.
man. Yeah, man.
You were telling me how you were a coach. You're coaching. You
Yeah,
coach
man. When I was
youth.
growing, yeah. So I started with Pop Warner, and then
Mm-hmm.
from there, when I went to PSL, which is Port St. Lucie, I went to Treasure Coast Academy. Got my first job. It was a defensive coordinator, but it was assistant, and I got to learn a thing or two under that system in that high school. So that went to my resume. That helps, and hopefully now I'm looking for another place that I can build up that resume, because one day I would like to be a head coach. You know what I'm saying? I got to start up from somewhere, keep growing, you know what I'm saying? And then hopefully one day become a head coach. But I got to grow to become a defensive coordinator somewhere. Might
Oh, Dolphins fan. She goes to Miami for games.
What's up? She drags her.
Fort Pierce. Ooh.
My bad.
You good? I'll go to Fort Pierce, most likely, and see what they have for me. So, you know, just build it up, man. But that's what I would like to be, though.
So when you're watching games, does the like, for instance, let's say you're at a game now, and then does your coaching instincts come out when you see some like, oh man, why are we running this defense, or man, we should have ran this defense?
No, there's a famous. I mean, us coach that they teach me with coachings, we allow other coaches do what they do. I mean, I know for me, when I sit there, yes, I'm not gonna blame you. I sit there and I question, I ponder. I'm like, why would you run that type of route? Why would you run a shallow? Why wouldn't you run a hitch? Like, why at this certain time of this certain aspect of the game? Definitely all of us, but that's what we all have in common. Not just, you know, coaches, fans as well can all sit there and evaluate the game, you know, and from there give us an honest opinion. It's just a guessing game for coaching. It's like chess. You got to make sure you got to pick one. So when I sit there and I watch Mike McDaniel coach the Dolphins this year, yeah, the clock management was questionable, as we all know. Other things of that nature he had to learn, but he showed that he was one hell of a coach. And with that, bro, I think that we have a chance, because people are still counting us out. They're saying that the Jets are the best, which I don't know about that. Just because you have Aaron Rodgers, that's great, but we have Tua, which is a question mark, but we'll see, man. So, yeah, man, I think this team, though, the coaching, when I watch them, I let them do their thing on the TV, you know what I'm saying? They know what's best for the team, but yeah, trust me, I make sure what the hell, I question. Yeah.
You have a specific go-to defense that you like to run? What would you be your favorite formation if you had one? Like a defense to call?
I like a 3-4. I like 3-4 base with a soft zone, meaning like I can have two middle linebackers, one as a spy and one as a lurker. I mean, excuse me, one as a zone back, so he could play as a safety as well, which I like to have speedy linebackers, because when I was at Columbus back then, and then obviously of that, and I saw high schoolers, that seems to be the new breed of linebackers, like speed. Speed is the game now, and it is. Wide receivers now getting more lengthy and taller, much slimmer, and with that, you gotta guard up that speed, man. And I'm a fan. I love defense. That's me, man, and that's where I want to prize myself on. So I look at that as, you know, as we all know, defense wins championships. The offense will give you the points, but you need a good defense, right?
Yeah, man. You look at you guys like Randy Moss, man. That guy was 6'4" with a cheetah speed.
Nasty.
That guy was hard to cover, bro.
I think he was a clone. No, I'm joking. He wasn't a clone. No.
But no,
Randy
Moss was, even when you think he's covered, he's not covered.
He was a freak, man. You just got mossed, bro. I mean, they even have his own meme, if you want to put it at that. I mean, disgusting player, but we had to play him twice, of course, with New England. I mean, I remember those days. Vontae Davis kind of struggled. There was a one-handed catch. I remember that game at the stadium in the end zone on Vontae Davis. That was kind of nasty. So he kind of did his work with us. He did some work on us. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All I know is I was living in Miami at the time, and when I read in the paper that Patriots traded for Randy Moss, I was like, okay, it's over.
How'd you feel about Wes Welker?
That
was
yeah, we didn't really know who he was until he got to New England. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that Gesicki doesn't turn out to be a Wes Welker, where he's freaking
bro.
lining it up.
I mean, Bill Belichick has that, but I think he's starting to get up there, ain't he? He's starting to show his.
He's already up there.
Oh Lord, then it's time for him to caboose on our way out. But no, man, I think though, if I hope nothing but the best to Mike. You know what I'm saying? Just don't play great against us. You know, that's all. But if he does become a Wes Welker for them, hell, good for him. If not, I mean, history tends to repeat itself, but hopefully we have our own. I like what's his name now. We got our own Braxton Berrios, you already know. So
yeah, for sure.
That's a sneaker. That's a sneaker right there.
Oh yeah, Braxton Berrios. We got Craycraft. We have A-Chain.
We got a lot of speed. A lot.
Speed kills, baby. Speed kills. So speaking of drafts, what would you say is your favorite draft pick in the last about 10 years? What would you say out of all the last 5 years?
The last 5 years? Okay. I'm gonna go with Jalen Waddle. I really am a fan of him. I think he reminds me a little bit of when Jarvis Landry. I love Jarvis Landry. So going back.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Jarvis was. I even have a bunch of stuff on my phone back then with him. I don't know if I can, but I'll show it quickly if I possibly can. So back
go ahead.
He used to like watching Jarvis back then. He does his one-handers. You know what I'm saying? He would do that before games, just practicing. And I got to catch a glimpse of that. And we caught that back then in the stadium. So this was like what year? December 2016. So it was like.
Damn.
So he would do that every game. So before every game, like one-handers, just practicing it routinely. And that's what I really liked about Landry. And then when I watched Jalen Waddle, he does the same thing, bro. Like, for real, I got to catch that one day, bro. And I'll send it to you because Waddle does the same thing, but he likes to be on the sidelines. Like, what Waddle does is he waits, right? So he tiptoes himself on the white line, and he just waits, and he just keeps doing this. And then he does a couple of these. And I'm like, bro, that kind of reminds me of Landry, how he is a artist. So I mean, Waddle is gonna get his bag one day. I hope.
I was a big Jarvis Landry fan, and what's funny is he didn't get any respect. Everybody referred to him as Discount Odell.
No, see, Discount Odell. I mean, bro, I can't have that. No, Landry was the man.
Yeah, he was. Dude, he was one of the best run blockers that we've ever had as a wide receiver.
And he was just
passionate. He wanted to be.
Yeah, he would let you know he was always there, even if it was like a first down. He would always just, he would show up. He would just be like, "Yo, what's up? I'm here." Like, that's what I liked about him. That he had that was bravado. So I miss that. You know what I'm saying? But I think we have a bunch of those types of players now with Christian Wilkins. I think Christian he's a character. He's a funny dude, bro. He should have his own like NFL films.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, bro. Power Rangers. I mean, he's hilarious when he's mic'd up.
Jerome Baker's another one who's funny when he's mic'd up. Where's my mama?
Oh, where's my mama? Man, what's going on? And then I remember those days. And then Raekwon's like, I don't know, bro. I remember that.
Yeah, Raekwon McMillan is New England too. We got Raekwon McMillan in New England. We have Devin Godchow in New England.
That's right.
We have Devontae Parker in New England. We have Mike Gesicki in New England.
Wow.
That's how many players I listed?
Many. Gesicki, Devon, McMillan, and then
Parker.
Didn't they also have Malcolm Perry, but he retired, right?
No, yeah, I think he's in the Marines now.
Okay, so that's 4. But they did have Malcolm last year.
Yeah.
Like that.
The year before they took Michael, they got.
What's his name? Brandon Bolden. Remember the running back?
Yeah, but he was originally New England. Yeah,
that's right. That's true. So that don't count. Okay. Oh, you mean one of ours that we drafted and then went? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so we have McMillan and Devon Godchow. Those are 2. Parker, and Gesicki.
Parker,
Four
and then
players that went to the Patriots.
that's it, right?
Yeah, that I know of. That I can remember.
Why was I thinking of Jake Bailey? But Jake Bailey was never with
Well,
us.
when they won the Super Bowl, they had like 3 or 4 Dolphin players too. Not Wes Welker, but Terrell Buckley, Larry Izzo,
Okay,
and a couple of other people.
Man, they seem to take a lot of Dolphins, don't they? That's fine.
Brian Cox.
That's fine. Let them have that. They got the worst part now. I think with those players, those are the old Dolphins. I think with the Dolphins players that we have now currently, these are the players that want to take us to championships. I don't think the players that we had back then, like Gesicki and all those, I like Gesicki. Don't get me wrong. He was talented. But I think a lot of them just what you want, like individuals, stats. Some of them are just looking for the bag, which much big ups to that if they want that. But still, I think the Patriots are not what they used to be. Bill's not what he used to be. His play calling's not up there anymore. I mean, he's arguably one of the greatest coaches, if not the best of all time. Hate to say that, but Don Shula's, his wins 347. He ain't gonna come close. I mean,
well, he's 19 games away from that right now.
You're kidding me.
No.
All he needs is 7, 14, 21.
Two winning seasons, 2 10-win seasons, and he's got it.
Even if he gets 7 and 9, 7 and 10 for the next 3 years, he'll still get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but will New England keep him if he goes 2-7? You know what I'm saying? If he wins 14 games in the next 2 seasons, New England again will be like, okay, we got to move on, Bill. Sorry.
Let it cut him right before then. That would just
like
do what the Milwaukee Bucks.
We don't care about your
No, we're good. Boom, you're out. No more. Like just like the Milwaukee Bucks today, they got rid of their head coach. Do the same thing for Bill. Pay the Dolphin fans a favor, but I mean, damn, Bill is one stubborn. We know that he's stubborn as hell. He's. But I think right now we have the Jets and Bills in my honest opinion, Shake. I really do. I think those two teams are juggernauts, obviously. I mean, it's just a question mark with Tua, as we all know, like you know it, bro. I don't know how that's going to go, but I trust in the kid. I trust in the kid.
Who was your most hated rival?
I'm going to go with the Jets. Goes back to my kid errors, so
yeah,
it just sticks with you, and then you just see them too. You know, they pregame as well at the tailgate. They get up there, so it just shows that and it's better for the NFL when the Jets and Dolphins are going at it, and they have really good games, especially primetime ones. That's when it's really interesting to watch them. Like you sit there and you're like, when is there a fight going to break out? That's what you're waiting for. With the Jets
fight.
Basically, and the hard hits too. They go to old school times. They go and hit hard. I mean, there's something about it. Like both teams don't like each other. We know that, but the tackling is supreme. That's something that us fans like as well. And the refs let them play. Hell, they let them play sometimes. So that's another thing. But nah, we don't like
for
the
sure.
Jets.
Yeah, me neither.
Never.
I hate the Bills the most.
For real? How come? Why?
Well, because I started becoming a hardcore Dolphin fan during the Brian Cox era, and he hated he obviously. I'll show you. This is when I became a diehard Dolphin fan because I was a casual fan. Like I'm a casual Marlin fan. I'm a moderate Heat fan.
Oh, I love the Heat. You know that.
I'm a casual Panthers fan. But this is when I want to say, yeah.
Oh, that one. Damn, that was. I mean, I saw that all over Twitter when we played the Bills in the playoffs.
Yeah, that game that was week 3, and we were 1-1. He got fined for that, by the.
I mean, You gonna do that, yeah, and get caught
And
slipping.
so what he said was, to justify why he did that, was he says, well, we were 1-1. I was just showing the Bills fans what our record